remain standing for the posting of the colors and our Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please be seated. Parents, relatives, and friends, the senior class would like to have a ceremony that we will be proud of for years to come. During the graduation ceremony, we will be reading the names of your children as they march onto the stage to receive recognition. The class has faced many challenges during their senior year, and we would like to celebrate them for overcoming those challenges accordingly. We encourage you to celebrate the success of your child by cheering and clapping after their name is called. However, we do have one request. Once your child has exited the stage, please stop cheering so that the next student in line will hear his or her name called and their family can celebrate with them. Please help to support the senior class in a dignified manner at this very important time in our lives. Please welcome to the podium our principal, Mrs. Michelle Ramsey.
Good morning and welcome to the 2021 Galileo Commencement Ceremony. As we begin our ceremony, I would like to recognize a few individuals. First, I would like to recognize and thank Danville Public Schools School Board members. Please stand as I call your name. School Board Chairwoman, Mrs. Crystal Cobbs, who was unable to be with us this morning. School Board Vice Chair, Mr. Taekwon Graves, also unable to be with us this morning. Mr. Brandon Atkins, who, because of the time change, was unable to be with us this morning. Dr. Philip Campbell. Mrs. Renee Hughes, who was also unable to be with us this morning with the time change. Mr. Charles McWilliams, and Mr. Tyrell Payne. Next, I would like to recognize the Superintendent of Danville Public Schools, Dr. Angela Harrison. Thank you, Dr. Harrison and school board members, for your continued support of our students, faculty, and school community. At this time, I would like to recognize any elected Danville City officials with us this morning. If you're an elected official, please stand so we may recognize you. and I think because of the time change, they were unable to attend. If you were a part of the Danville Public School System central office staff or a principal within the district, please stand. Thank you for joining us this morning. A commencement ceremony is always such a special occasion. The culmination of years of hard work, the actualization of goals attained, and the acknowledgement of successes achieved. Seeing everyone here today is a testament to the achievements of the graduates and the love and support they have received over the years. Graduates, you did not make it this far on your own. There have been people all along the way that have served you and helped be your biggest supporters. I would like to recognize two groups of people that have been an integral part of your experience. First, your teachers. Your teachers have not only served as an instructional coach, but also your confidant throughout your educational experience. At this time, I would like to recognize our teachers. Would the Galileo faculty and staff please stand? Thank you for your dedication to this profession. Your hard work does not go unnoticed. Parents and guardians, I can't even begin to imagine all of the emotions that you are feeling right now. I am sure you have taken some time to reminisce during the last few weeks and began to think just how fast time really does go by. Parents, this day is also about you. Without your love, support, guidance, and patience, these graduates would not be here today. Parents and guardians, please stand at this time so we can show our appreciation. Graduates, today is about you. It is a day to celebrate your accomplishments and successes over the course of your educational career. This is the day that you have been waiting for from the time you first walked into school. This is a very proud and an exciting moment in your life. This group has a special place in my heart. You see, 4 years ago, we started our Galileo journey together. We have learned together. We have cried together, we've laughed together, and even danced together. And while COVID has unfortunately changed several of our normal senior activities, you have remained determined, passionate, and positive through it all. We have persevered through challenges, and we have celebrated our successes. In preparation for this welcome speech, I researched several topics that would make a memorable graduation speech. But then it hit me. We have actually been developing this graduation speech together over the past 4 years. There are 4 challenges that I want you to take with you as you leave Galileo today. First, go the distance. When life gets hard, when you don't feel like you have enough stamina to keep going, I encourage you to push through. All of the pain, suffering, and frustrations will be worth it in the end. 2, go change the world. Society needs people like you, people with hearts of gold, people that aren't afraid to stand up for what is right, and people that will step out of their comfort zone to change someone else's world for the better. 3, be the difference. There are a lot of followers out there. Stand out, be bold, and don't be afraid to be different. And finally, do you have any guesses? Make it happen. I challenge you to dream big, but don't just keep it a dream. Live it out. Falcons, it has been a great experience getting to know each of you. I'm excited to hear all about your future adventures, and please know that I will be right here cheering you on as you make it happen. Thank you. At this time, I would like to welcome to the podium Danville Public Schools Superintendent, Dr. Angela Hairston.
I knew I would have to hold her together today. She's very emotional, and she should be. You've done a great job, Principal Ramsey, along with your teachers. Congratulations to the class of 2021. Welcome to a face-to-face graduation. This is really amazing, isn't it? Your graduation is a sign of new beginnings. Some of you will enter the military. Some of you will go straight and directly to your careers to begin a career that you'll be so very proud of and enter college maybe later. Some of you will head straight to college and university, and I say of choice, because you've prepared yourself to have choices. Either way, these are new beginnings. Many of you will leave here nervous today, a little concerned. Some of you will cheer and say, yes, yes, it's time to move on to the next tier. Regardless, you are prepared. Galileo has prepared you for anything that comes before you. And I want you to give again another applause to your teachers, your parents, and your principal. Let's say thank you to them. Because we know you did not do it alone, that you had lots of support. So again, let's celebrate today, and thank you so much for being such great students. And now we'll have Dr. Philip Campbell come before you and bring greetings from the Board of Education.
As you can see, I am not Crystal Cobbs. She could not, as it been forestated, be here today, but board member Terrell Payne is here today to help celebrate this marvelous success in your life. I would like to just say to all of the graduates that this is not a period, but only a comma for greater things to happen in your life. And if you can keep all of the wonderful things that you have been taught by so many individuals, your teachers and parents, and persons who have poured into your life, you're going to change this world to make it better. And so we are so excited about your success. We're honored to be able to celebrate with you. Continue to go forward and believe with all your might, soul, and body that you are unstoppable. Last but not least, when I was coming to the podium, your principal, who was so nice to come over to this side and tell Terrell Payne and Dr. Lau and also myself that we were somewhat not dressed right. And she informed us that there is another mask that we needed to wear. And the mask says Galileo 2021. Congratulations, Galileo 2021.
Thank you, Dr. Campbell. At this time, I'd like to introduce our guest speaker for this morning. Nicholas Perdon is a third-year medical student pursuing his MD at the George Washington University School of Medicine and Health Sciences with an interest in internal medicine and concentration in health policy. Born in Danville, Nicholas is a Virginia native who attended Galileo Magnet High School from 2011 to 2014, where he developed a distinct passion for the biological sciences. He graduated as valedictorian of the class of 2014 before going on to attend the University of Virginia. In 2018, he graduated from UVA College of Arts and Sciences with a bachelor's in science in biology with distinction. After college, he worked as a medical scribe in the UVA Department of Family Medicine for a year before fulfilling his lifelong dream of entering medical school. He is currently pursuing a career in clinical medicine as well as health policy, hoping to advocate for increased access to care and health equity for all. Please welcome to the podium our guest speaker, Mr. Nicholas Perdon.
Good morning, everybody. I hope you all are staying cool out there. It's a little warm, but to members of the faculty, distinguished guests, the family and friends of our graduates, and most importantly, to the class of 2021, welcome and good morning. It's a distinct honor to be standing before you today, one that I didn't really expect, and it was a welcome surprise. 7 years ago, I was in your position, wearing that cap and gown, excited at the situation I find myself in. I remember listening to my own commencement speaker, thinking that her lessons would surely stick with me, that they would carry me through college and beyond. I have to admit, I don't really remember her name, let alone a word of what she said, but even still, she was inspiring and heartfelt. All I can hope for is to do the same for you. And years from now, perhaps you too will remember at least the meaning behind my words, if not the words exactly. I've titled this speech, writing it, a prescription for difficult times, for several reasons. For one, I enjoy being melodramatic. What's a graduation speech without a meaningful title? For another, it's a testament to the fact that my life and personality have, for better or worse, become utterly engulfed by medicine. I'm that kind of nerd now. Most importantly, I think, is that it represents two things I really want to accomplish with you here today. Please, reflect upon the difficult times that we have all endured, and consider some lessons that we can all take with us into the future. Last year, I fully expected that in May, I would be beginning my days by walking to the metro station and taking the train into the heart of Washington, D.C. for classes at the George Washington School of Medicine. Instead, I was waking up in my teenage bed and starting off my days by playing with our dog Orion here in Danville. I'm very privileged to be talking about both circumstances and to be telling you about them healthy and whole, as we are all privileged to be here healthy and whole today. To say that these have been difficult times is an understatement. A global pandemic, a once-in-a-century catastrophe that is still not over, social upheaval over the racial injustice at the core of our society, an historic election and its aftermath that culminated in an insurrection in our capital. Life is made up of stories, and people will be telling these stories for years to come. And yet, here we all are, still adding our own words to this story. As we consider these things, I want you all to reflect upon and truly feel again the emotions, thoughts, and ideas you've experienced recently. These feelings have worth. They are lessons to be learned. But in the midst of all that, you graduates have done something more. You have written the first vital chapter of your personal stories. Before you go on to write the next chapter, I'm going to ask you to do some editing. Add to those reflections from the past year. I've been doing much the same. Bear with me as I briefly discuss some issues of importance to me and consider them part of my prescription to you. I promise it will be worth it. Firstly, the need to keep growing. Now, because this is your graduation, you might think that you are freed from the burden of study, the task of learning. While some of you might retain the title of student for longer, others will not. Many of you will be attending colleges and universities. Others, I'm sure, will be enlisting in the military or entering the workforce. But I'll level with you. You never really stop being a student. No matter where you go from here on out, if you hope to do right by yourself and those who have supported you, if you hope to live to your fullest potential, you will have to live your life as a student. I do not mean that you will always be nose deep in a textbook, but recognize that no matter where you end up, you'll never stop learning in life. You will, of course, go through phases where you believe you know exactly what you need to, but you will also have moments where you feel out of your depth. Do not think of this as a negative. The excitement of life is founded on the fact that we each can always do better, always know more. Be humble and remember that you always can continue to grow and flourish. To that end, never stop studying. The importance of empathy. Humans are social creatures. We rely on our interpersonal relationships to feel fulfilled and satisfied. We do better when we have the support of others. These facts underlie a personal responsibility that we all have. To constantly remind ourselves to be empathetic, even in the most dire of circumstances. I have recently begun working in a psychiatric hospital in Washington, D.C., where I am helping and working with very sick patients. The ways in which their illnesses change how they think or act have historically been used to justify treating these people as less than human. Our societal and our cultural norms implicitly teach us that because patients like these behave differently, they act differently, that we should treat them differently. In many other cases, people argue that because certain individuals look or act or love differently, that they should be treated differently, and often for the worse. Just as every day I strive to reaffirm my own patients' humanity, I want you graduates to remember to do the same with everyone that crosses your path. I want you to care about others and their troubles. I want you to care about issues that plague our society, like racism and climate change. There's nothing that can be solved by coming together and showing a little empathy for one another. I hope you will all pardon my French, but in short, I want you to give a damn about people and others. Lastly, the value of living and being. What do you do exactly when you wake up and you brush your teeth and you comb your hair, when you pull on your shoes and head out for the day? What are you doing? I'm sure you're thinking, well, exactly what you said, Nick. Like, what on earth are you going on about? It's not enough to simply exist. If the past year has taught me anything, it is that every day I should want to make a conscious effort to truly be in my life and in the world around me. Being means actively bringing the world into you and feeling it. It means hanging out with your friends around a bonfire, taking a step back and thinking about how warm and happy you are in the moment. It means really relishing that last bit of delicious ice cream at the bottom of the sugary cone. Imagine just sitting on the beach at sunset, feeling the grainy sand between your toes, looking out towards the sea, picking out the fiery golden clouds as they pass across your vision. Being means finding the sheer beauty of bearing witness to the world around us. As you close this chapter of your academic careers and your lives, I don't want you to go forth just with ambitions and dreams as you should, but also with a hunger for doing things that make your life happier. And if you have trouble doing that, if you find yourself stumbling in any way, always remember that you have all of these people around you who are ready to pick you up, dust you off, and remind you what makes all of this worth it. That luminous part of you that exists beyond personality, your soul, if you will, is as bright and shining as any that has ever been. Clear away everything that keeps you separate from this secret, luminous place. Believe it exists. Come to know it better. Nurture it. Share its fruits tirelessly. George Saunders is a much better writer than I am, as he pointed out there. But we are both asking you to do the same thing. Become the best version of you that you can be, in spite of the difficult times behind us, and in hope for the good times ahead. Here's the meaning behind my winding words today. As you go forth, I would like you to love learning, to love others, and to love living. Thank you, and congratulations to the class of 2021.
Thank you, Nick. And we also want to welcome Nick's parents that are here with us. There we are. We have a token of appreciation for you bringing the 2021 commencement address, and we are extremely proud of you and are excited to hear about your future endeavors. Please welcome to the podium at this time Galileo's 2021 Valedictorian, Miss Maria Ruth Dunning.
Thank you, and good morning, faculty, friends, and family. Close your eyes and imagine a road. It can be any road. The road to your home, the road to your favorite restaurant, or even something as simple as Rainbow Road on Mario Kart. Though I'm sure that what everyone is picturing in their mind is drastically different, I am sure of one similarity between every single mental image. All of these roads have bumps, or twists, or turns. These twists, these uncertainties, have been and will continue to be terrifying, especially as we leave high school and approach what's been sold to us as the big, bad, real world. But we can take comfort in knowing that at Galileo Magnet High School, whenever we faced a bump in the road, we helped each other to climb over it. During the bumpy road of our senior year, we've been each other's biggest support group. We, the students, the faculty, the teachers, and the counselors, have worked together to create patches of normalcy in this bumpy road, from getting together to paint caps and tie-dye decision day shirts to dressing up for Spirit Week. When we're overwhelmed by schoolwork or simply the world around us, we had each other's backs. As simple as it seems, we wore masks to create a safe environment for learning. Whenever one of us was down, another gave a part of themselves to bring them up. And that, to me, sums up the Galileo experience. In 10 years, 2021 will be considered history, according to the IB curriculum. News articles that we consume today will be analyzed as primary sources. And pictures of people lined up to get vaccinated will grace our history books. Face masks will be a retro fashion statement, and children will roll their eyes at us when we speak of our resilience during this year. But our resilience is something that we should take pride in, and I know for a fact that when I see those essays analyzing those news articles, when I come across a picture of somebody rolling up their sleeve in a history book, when I bump into the inevitable middle schooler who was born in the wrong decade wearing a face mask, I'll think of Galileo. I'll think of how we've grown as a community that's become almost like a second family to me, how we've grown together instead of apart in the face of adversity. I'm here today to say that whoever you are, there is a road for you. There's hope for you. It may have bumps along the way. Whose doesn't? But it's a road nevertheless. And let me offer a piece of advice. No matter how bumpy your road is, just keep running. And even if you've fallen from the highest peak and can run no longer, drag yourself on the right path. Thank you to everybody. To the teachers, to the faculty, to the counselors, to the families, and to the students who have made this journey possible for us. May the road go ever onward.
Maria Ruth Dunning, we are extremely proud of you and your accomplishments during your time here at Galileo. I would like to present to you the Galileo 2021 Valedictorian Medal.
And on behalf of the Board of Education and the Danville Public Schools, we present a plaque to you and a gift certificate for your accomplishments. Thank you.
At this time, I would like to welcome to the podium Galileo's 2021 Salutatorian, Mrs. Caroline Stinson Woods.
Welcome, Galileo graduates and family and friends. It is so wonderful to have you all here. I'll be honest, as I began to approach writing this speech, I really was not sure what I was going to say. As a journalist, I've been taught that there is an angle to every story. But as I look out at all of you, I see so many stories just waiting to be told. So I decided to begin by speaking the things that I know for certain, the facts, the truth. So here's what I know to be absolutely true. 1, the odds of simply existing is 1 in 4 quadrillion, a number so low that it might as well be 0%. 2, the odds of every person sitting under this pavilion today is somehow even more minuscule than that unfathomably low number. And 3, we are very accustomed to beating the odds. This year, the odds seem to be stacked against us in every way imaginable. Here's what we know for certain. We survived a global pandemic, a near civil war, and Lord have mercy, online school. The people I knew 3 years ago are not the people who stand in front of me today. The difference over the last 4 years has been one of drastic change, maturity, and growth. The adults and almost adults sitting before me in their cap and gown are some of the strongest and most resilient individuals that I have ever met. We all have different backgrounds, ethnicities, genders, and whatever else may separate us. But for 4 years, we have beat the odds together by simply coexisting. As Albert Einstein once said, there are only 2 ways to live your life. One is as though nothing is a miracle, and the other is as though everything is a miracle. Class of 2021, we have lived every day as though it were a miracle, and despite the odds, we have been brave enough to create relationships and bonds with one another that are strong enough to last us a lifetime. We have lived boldly and created unique and unscripted stories that have collided during our time spent together at Galileo. We are brought together by the experiences and memories that have defined our high school experience. Things like powder puff games that could make the entire school turn out to watch the epic battle of the girls' teams, or rather, to see the boys give their best attempt at choreographed cheers and sparkly tutus. Or Spirit Week, when the creativity and dedication to one's outfit went above and beyond what anyone could have expected. Or even the classes themselves, when Mr. Smith reenacted famous speeches with such excitement and enthusiasm that every couple of seconds he needed to stop, catch his breath, and take a sip of water. Or when Mr. Carter would take 5 minutes every couple of weeks to remind us of his powder puff victory, which was 3 years ago, I might add. We shared joys when the school turned out to celebrate the indoor track team's state championship win, when we had PBIS celebrations and got to skip the end of the day for donuts and cornhole, and Pie Day, when we watched our classmates get pie smashed in their face, or maybe even you were the one being pied, guilty. But we also shared some sad moments too, like saying goodbye to teachers who we come to be friends with. I'm talking about you, Popney, even though you can't be here today, and watching the Biscuitville across from Galileo close down during the pandemic. These are the truths that we share. They're the moments that we will remember each other by. I personally had no idea that fateful August day in 2017, as I stepped through the doors of Galileo for my very first time, would lead me down such a path of adventure and self-discovery as I have had the pleasure of going down with you all. Over the course of these 4 years, we walked in and out of those doors more times than we could count. Some days we walked in with our hands full of projects, or maybe we walked out crying after a tough test, or even laughing with our best friends. We gave the very best of ourselves inside those halls, and when we left, those halls gave us more than we could have ever bargained for. It gave us friendships and a place to call home. There has never been a dull moment or a day when I questioned whether or not I belonged here. At Galileo, there is no such thing as not fitting in. There is a place for everyone here. We are unique, brave, strong, and we are falcons. In a world where there's a lot of blinding confusion and fear, we have helped one another clear the way and find our truth. The last 4 years have been a journey like no other. There have been bumps along the way, both personal and even worldwide. But we are here today to celebrate the truth that we've made it to the final home stretch of this race that we call high school. But before we cross that finish line, I'd like to thank each and every one of you for helping me find my truth. To my fellow captains and my fellow yearbook editor, thank you all for helping me become the leader that I am today. To Coach Bryant, who unfortunately can't be here today, you have taught me how to find the truth in my faith, and you've given me the skills to persevere and challenge myself. To Mrs. Larking, you have shown me perspective and kindness that you have given freely, and I cannot thank you enough for your love and guidance during my high school years. To Mr. Smith, Mr. Popney, Mr. Carter, and Ms. Nipper, you have made my high school experience one that never went a day without a good laugh, and I thank you for your guidance. To Mrs. Ramsey and all other faculty and staff, I cannot put into words how much I love and appreciate all of the hard work and dedication that you have given to helping us not only survive, but thrive these past 4 years. And finally, thank you to my mom and dad for your constant love and support. I love you both immensely. And thank you to my brother William for always being the yin to my yang. To the class of 2021, I cannot believe that we finally made it here. You all mean the world to me. I encourage you to keep in touch and remember to love first. Speak your truth always and teach only what you know to be true. Nobody can take that from you. It is yours to keep and share as you please, but be bold in what you speak so that no one will doubt your words. And now, we've come to a crossroads and it's time for us to part ways. So finally, here is what I know beyond a shadow of a doubt to be true. God is good, and I'm going to miss each and every one of you as you take this new journey in your life. I wish you all the very best of luck. Congratulations, class of 2021. We did it.
Caroline Stinson Woods, we are extremely proud of you and your accomplishments while your time here at Galileo. I would like to present to you the 2021 Salutatorian Medal. Congratulations.
Caroline, while you spoke of the hard work and dedication of everyone else, we are so proud to have you graduate at this level, and we are proud of your hard work and dedication as well. Thank you.
Will the Galileo Magnet High School senior class please stand? Junior marshals, please present the 2021 candidates for graduation. While the candidates line up to receive their diplomas, I would like to share just a few accomplishments of the class of 2021. Thanks to the efforts of the class of 2021, Galileo ranked nationally in the WISE Financial Literacy Test and also ranked number 6 nationally in small school status. This test is given to students in over 43 states. This class survived a pandemic to graduate and encountered new forms of learning such as synchronous and asynchronous. One graduate, Maria Dunning, was selected to attend the National Youth and Government Conference on National Affairs. One graduate, Brianna Chappelle, became a nationally registered EMT. Another graduate, Jada Pridgeon, will be heading to the Marine Corps on Monday. Galileo's Theater Guild reached 3rd place in the one-act state finals this year. This class had an appearance in the 2018, 2020, and 2021 VHSL Scholastic Bowl State Championship. The VHSL Scholastic Bowl Class 1 state champions in 2018 and the state runner-up this year, 2021. In Caroline's speech, she spoke of the yearbook and journalism. This year's yearbook won the Gallery of Excellence Award. This class has also had great success in cross-country. Girls region champs in 2018, 2019, and 2020. Girls 2019 state runner-up, and 2020 3rd place at states. The boys region champions in 2017, 2019, and 2020. The boys have finished in the top 5 teams at the state championship all 4 years, including a pair of 3rd place finishes. In indoor track, both the boys and girls 4x800 relay teams were state champions this year, 2021. We also have individuals who qualify for the state championship at least once in their 4 years. Morgan Whitley had the 1,000-meter medalist in 2021, 4x800 medalist in 2019, 2020, and 2021 state champion, 4x400 medalist in 2021. Caroline Woods was the 4x800 state champion in 2021, 1,600 medalist 2021, and the 4x400 medalist in 2021. Krista Zachary was the 4x800 state champion in 2021, 4x400 medalist in 2021. Sydney Stone was the 3,200 medalist in 2021. Jada Pridgeon was the 4x400 medalist in 2021. Walter Thompson was the 4x800 state champion in 2021, 500-meter medalist in 2021, and the 4x400 medalist in 2021. Dylan Jones was the 2021 state qualifier in the 3,200. In outdoor track, which has not actually completed the season yet, so hopefully we'll have some more exciting news after the season is over. But Morgan Whitley was the 4x800 medalist in 2018, 2019, 3,200-meter medalist in 2019. Caroline Woods was the 4x800 medalist 2018, 2019, and the 1,600 medalist in 2019. Krista Zachary was the 4x800 medalist in 2018 and 2019. And Sydney Stone was the 3,200 state qualifier in 2019. Indoor track has had such a successful year this year. Both the boys and girls 4x800 relay teams were state champions. Also, Morgan Whitley was the 1,000-meter medalist in 2021, 4x800 medalist in 2019, 2020, and 2021 state champion, and the 4x400 medalist in 2021. So we want to congratulate our successful indoor-outdoor track teams as well as cross-country. I know they're waiting for me and they're in their son. Like I said, it was just a few accomplishments. This class has earned the silver medal by the U.S. News and World Report as a best high school in America, as well as being named as the top 2,000 high-performing schools by the Washington Post. The scholarship total for this class is quite impressive. I do want to note that this is a combined total that reflects all awards offered by potential schools, even if our graduates have chosen not to attend their institution. This senior class has earned over $2 million in scholarships and grants. Let's take a moment to applaud the tremendous accomplishments of the class of 2021.
Jackson Mayhew Adcock. Ainsley Reese Allen. Jesse Thomas Anderson. Marquise J. Sean Beck. Zahaya Shadeja Bowens. Zamaya Shaeja Bowens. Shelby Elizabeth Gale Brady. Caroline Marie Brand. Talasia Charday Buchanan. Victor Cano Barranco. Alexia Marisol Shakan Salas. Brianna Belinda Chappelle. Anthony Gray Christensen. Sierra Jade Clayton. Gina Marie Cook. Lucy Evelyn Cross. Zachary Aubrey Crumpler. Christiana Monet Davis. Maria Ruth Dunning. Kiana Shapri Easley. Emily Paula Ibalo. Zoe Janae Elison. Joseph Curtis Wayne Elliott. Anijah Delaney Farrell. Taskaya Yvonne Virginia Farrell. Mahogany Atlese Gaddis. Ashanti Narelle Gravely. Nazir Terrell Gregory. Kyleek Montrell Harrison. Sean Dylan Hawkins. Isaiah Malcolm Howerton. Saray Key Johnson. Aria Iman Jones. Dylan Scott Jones. Emily Grace Larking. Jordan Madison Lane. Mason Philip Lefwidge. Jaden Omari Luck. Brianna Denise Martin. Aquantiera Nylika Mays. Justin Randall McCain. Vishal Mehta. Jacoby Mendenhall, Jr. David Avery Meyer. Sarah Caroline O'Daniel. Ndubisi Michael Okafor. Juan Palacios Ramirez. Dylan Jacob Phelps. Hope Joanne Pike. Jada Micaiah Pridgeon. Stephanie Joseline Eusebio Reyes. Dylan Jefferson Shelton. Zakiah Sharnasia Stamps. Sydney Lynette Stone. Deasia Ayana Thomas. Walter Thomas Thompson. Asia Michelle Toomer. Gabriel Tan Tucker. Desmond Martrell Virgil. Zaire Roymir Waddell.
Thanks, Mr. Wright.
Ayana Josette Waller. Kinsley Reagan Waller. Casey Pierce Whitley. Morgan Lynn Whitley. Caroline Stinson Woods. Krista Biana Zachary.
Candidates, please stand. You have successfully completed an approved program of study as set forth by the Virginia Board of Education and implemented through the Danville Public School System. Therefore, it is with great pleasure that I now pronounce you graduates. Please turn your tassels. Congratulations to Galileo Magnet High School class of 2021.